In life, the saying goes, you reap what you sow. A man affectionately known as the farmer in Oranienmoend is doing exactly that for the people of the town and beyond. This is the size of a cucumber, an onion, and a baby marrow that you would find at the Oranienmoend Agricultural Project. It's unbelievable. They are big. Etienne, how could you even manage this? Please tell me about your involvement in the Agricultural Pilot Project here in Oranienmoend.
Well, let me put it to you this way. I'm an engineering foreman by trade. 5 years ago, my manager told me, all right, you're moving out of the engineering field, you're going to become a farmer now.
Wow.
And I've started this pilot project. The idea was just to test various crops, various fruit trees. And it became an successful project. I mean, on this stage, I know that we in the surroundings of Oranienmoend can become one of the major food hubs in Namibia. And that is the passion that I developed for agriculture, was here, with the brilliant team that I've got. So we're going for it.
Lovely. Tell us about what kind of crops you experimented with starting off.
Well, I can't even tell you if there's a crop that I haven't experimented with. I've experimented anything from different ranges of pumpkins, squash, onions, garlic, cucumbers. We successfully planted ginger. Turmeric we did successfully. You will see that on this, especially on the side of the fruit trees, there's certain fruit trees that I didn't bother to plant. There's no reason to testing them because they're growing in town.
Wow.
You take olives. You drive down 5th Avenue, that's all olive trees.
Wow.
There's how many households that's got big pawpaw trees, avocados. Grapes, yeah, I've experimented a bit of different grapes. Wine, obviously. And table grapes, raisins, the grapes to make the raisins from. And yes, in Oranienmoend, the climate that we got here, the advantage that I've got is I don't have frost in the winters.
Wow.
Our temperatures here doesn't get so extreme. I'm talking high temperatures, and I don't have the extreme low temperatures, which is ideal for crops. But the biggest enemy in the municipal area of Oranienmoend, the direct surroundings, is wind. Wind you can handle to a certain stage, but the problem is the sand that's blowing is destroying your crop.
Crops, yes.
That's why we're also experimenting with tunnels, obviously one, and then net houses, which is successful. Our climate, not the climate so much, but the wind factors and a bit of sand. If you travel along to Cape Town, for instance, Vredendal area, you'll see more and more farmers start using the netting, to protect their crops. Firstly, it's your birds, pests that's coming in, but also a big advantage of these nets, your soil doesn't dry out, so your evaporation of your ground, it's much less. And that's all factors that makes it viable. In other words, it's saving your cost at the end of the day.
Yeah. Etienne, can you tell us what crops can do particularly well in this environment, in this climate, in this space?
Okay. like I explained, you can basically grow any crop here. Okay? But obviously for a farmer it goes about cost, the price you get. The strawberry project that we've started is doing very well, in such an extent that we're going to expand it, because we haven't got any big strawberry farmers in Namibia.
In Namibia, not at all, yes.
And then you go to high value crops, and that is what we want to try and do here. Crops like garlic, your ginger. I'm starting now with the various chilies. That's a high value product. But you also want to plant a product that you can do something else with. Tomatoes, for instance. I want to see tomatoes in Oranjemund grow massively. And the only reason why I'm saying that, it do grow well in tunnels. I'm starting the experiments to grow tomatoes outside in the field. It's a job opportunity. It's an opportunity for a person to come and open up a factory here. Why must the Walvis Bay factories import the paste for the fish, tomato paste, where we can do it ourselves?
Absolutely. Process it right here. Yes.
Process.
Yes, absolutely.
It creates work.
Yes.
It's creating opportunities for people, investors to come and put factories, processing plants, whatever you need to come put it up in.
Tell us about the unique agricultural asset that Oranjemund has over other towns in Namibia.
Okay, there's various factors here that's in our favor, let me put it that way. Firstly, the town of Oranjemund, it's a mining town. We've got so many assets standing here that the miner's not going to use anymore. Like the central kitchen, that I will explain a bit more later on when we film there. This is a massive place. It must be utilized. The only way you can utilize this is with agriculture.
Yes, it's a kitchen.
Now, coming to the obvious thing, the grounds along the river, we're right next to the Orange River. We got the water, good fertile ground. So, and then probably one of the biggest things, when you start expanding these operations, when your factories is in place, your export, we're right on the border. We can export to South Africa, we can export to Namibia.
Yeah,
It's all there.
yeah. There's a big opportunity.
It's a big opportunity.
Yeah.
And the one of the other things that we must have a serious impact here is that we must remember, as the mine's closing down,
Yeah.
we're sitting with masses of people, not only us in Oranjemund, but also Rospina.
Yeah.
As mines close down, there's families without work.
Yes.
Agriculture is one of the sectors that provides the most work.
Yes. That's the next big step.
Yeah.
Etienne, what is the central kitchen I keep hearing so much about?
Okay. The central kitchen is a food processing facility. Years ago, we must remember, in the past, we had a migrant system in Oranjemund on the mines. People work here for 6 months, then they go home 6 months. We had all these hostels in the mine, the single quarters. Now, all these food of these people were processed, pre-cooked in the central kitchen. And from there it was distributed at lunchtimes and things to the various hostels. And so on this stage, after that stopped, the migrant system stopped. The central kitchen is a building that's got a huge amount of cooling, freezing facilities. It's actually unbelievable to explain to you. You must see this place to try and think the way we're thinking. That whole facility is standing there, it's standing empty.
And what it can be done with.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm confident that once we find a solution to the agriculture, if we get this agriculture going, that we can produce vegetables on a big scale.
Yes.
I don't think the company will have a problem making that facility available to us
To make it work. Yes.
to make it work.
Yes.
And it's not only, we're always talking of food processing, but you will see when we go into the building, what you see on top of the ground, that's what you got underground as well.
I see.
We got a cellar at the bottom,
Wow.
which is ideal
Yeah.
for instance, making wine.
Yes. Wow.
It's
Imagine.
ideal for, and the tests were done, it worked for cultivating mushrooms. Everything in this facility, I think it's one of the biggest processing facilities that I've seen in Namibia already so far.
I love it. Tell us about the future. What do you hope to see for Oranje with agriculture in the future?
What I foresee for this place, or my vision for this, is I want to see Oranje become one of the biggest food hubs in Namibia. We know we can do it. With the right investors, we can do it. We've got this whole Orange River, very fertile ground. The surroundings of Oranje. A lot of people ask a question, but you're in a desert. So what?
Yeah.
If you talk to the right people, and I'm going to use an example, if you look at the Israelis, what they doing? They plant in the sand dunes. That's where they develop their things. Their agriculture systems. So what are we different? We got this whole desert laying around us.
And we have a river.
And we have a river.
No excuse.
But that's what I foresee for this place. I would hate to see, and like most of us, I think we will do everything in our power that if something have to happen to the mine, and the mine have to close down, that this doesn't become a second Kleinseer or Kolmanskop. This place, and my personal feeling is agriculture is going to guarantee that.
Absolutely. Etienne, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for the work that you're doing
Pleasure.
here as the farmer of the town and with the community and the people and this lovely food that you're growing. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
And there you have it, from the farmer's mouth, grown with love from Oranje. Thank you for watching.